Good morning, my dear children. Today I am going to discuss about the static electricity. In this static electricity, first we are going to discuss about charged body, after law of conservation of charge, and next electrification of a body, and next Coulomb's law of electrostatics, electric field, intensity of electric field, and electric potential. These are the topics we are going to cover in this chapter. First of all, what is static electricity? If you observe here, whenever we are going to study the charges at rest, behavior of charges at rest, that we can call as a static electricity. And when we are going to study the behavior of charges are in motion, that we call it as a current electricity. So current electricity we can discuss in next another video. First in this video I am going to discuss depthly about regarding these points. So in this static electricity, first I will start with the charged body. Everyone know about this. In our daily life we are using this uncharged body. If you see morning to evening, if you use this mobile, it will be discharged. Again if you want to charge the body, we are connected in a socket. Yes or no? After getting 99% or 100%, we remove the charger. Here, what is the charged body? Nothing but in a body which excess of electrons contains, that we can call it as a charged body. In a body which contains excess of electrons or deficiency, we can call it as a electrons. And here charge is represented as Q. It is represented as Q, and SI unit is SI unit of charge is represented as Coulomb, and the CGS unit is electrostatic unit. CGS unit is electrostatic unit. Electrostatic unit. Here also same as to the magnetic properties. In magnet, same poles are attract each other, opposite poles are repel with each other. Same poles are repel with each other, opposite poles are attract with each other. Similarly here also, if any two charges have same, if two charges acquire same, then they are repel each other. If two opposite charges are there, attract with each other. This is about the charge body. Next let we go for laws of conservation of energy. Next let we discuss about laws of conservation of energy. Here we are discussing about charge. First let me discuss about the energy. That's why I am saying laws of conservation of energy. We already learned in motion, the energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but total energy remains constant. The energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It transformed from one form to another form of energy, but total energy remains constant. Here, what is the law of conservation of charge? I will take first one example. Here I am taking as one glass rod. Here I am taking a glass rod and silk cloth. First I rub glass rod with a silk cloth. Already this is a glass rod. It contains a positive charges and negative charges. Whenever I rub it with a silk cloth, so whenever the glass rod is rubbed with the silk cloth like this, whenever glass rod is rubbed with the silk cloth, the negative charges rod transferred to silk cloth. Whenever the negative charges are transferred to silk cloth, now it is a negative So here what I did, first of all, already this glass rod contains a positive charge and negative charge. When I rub it with the silk cloth, whenever I rub it with the silk cloth, some of the negative charges are all transferred to silk cloth. These negative charges are all transferred to silk cloth. So now the silk cloth acquired a negative charged body. And so whenever the glass rod is loses the negative charges, now it contains only positive charges. So now the glass rod is positive charged body. If you observe, before it contains five negative charges. Okay, so it contains five negative charges, and here plus five positive charges. And after rubbing, here it gets the five negative charges, and here it contains five positive charges. So before rubbing, how many charges are there? After rubbing also, it has the same number of charges. This is called as a law of conservation of charge. Once again I repeat. First of all, I am taking as a glass rod which contains a negative charged body and positive charged body. When I rub it with the silk cloth, so negative charges are all transferred to silk cloth, and the positive charges will be stay there itself. Whenever silk cloth acquires negative charges, it acquires a negative charged body. Whenever glass rod loses the negative charges, and it acquires only positive charge. That's why it is a positive charged body. So in this before rubbing, how many number of charges? After rubbing also, the sum of silk and glass rod also, it contains same number of charges. So the charge of law of conservation of charge is the charge of isolated system is constant. The charge of isolated system is constant is called as a law of conservation of charge. Before rubbing and after rubbing, the total number of charges is to be same. That is called as a law of conservation of charge. I hope you understand. So I gave an example also regarding with this law of conservation of charge. Next, let me go for electrification of a body. So what is electrification of a body? Generally, in childhood, so many members are playing when a comb is rubbing with the dry hair, and if you are cutting pieces of paper, it is attracting. So what is the science behind that? This is nothing but electrification. What is electrification? First, the process of converting uncharged body into charged body. Uncharged body into charged body is called as a electrification. What? The process of converting uncharged body into charged body is called as a electrification of a body. Again, here electrification can be done in three ways. In the first one is by friction. And the second one is by conduction. By friction, by conduction, by induction. These are the three processes of transferring or converting uncharged body into charged body. First, let me go for the first one. See here, by friction. By friction is nothing but when the process of converting uncharged body to charged body by rubbing. Uncharged body into charged body by rubbing is called as a by friction. Whenever the silk cloth is rubbed with, whenever glass rod is rubbed with the silk cloth, the glass rod acquired as a negative charge, and the silk cloth acquired as a glass rod acquired as a positive charge, and the silk cloth acquired as a negative charged body. Yes or no? Here, whenever you rubbed, then only the uncharged body converted into charged body. If you see, if you rub like this fastly, we feel as very hot. Heat will be generated between two your palms. Here you are rubbing. Whenever two hands are rubbing, then only heat will be produced. If I maintain like this, if I do like this, nothing. No heat will be produced between two palms, two hands. Here, whenever they both are rubbing, how it produces heat. Here also, when uncharged body will be converted into charged body, or uncharged body becomes as a charged body with the friction only, by friction. This is the first method. And second method, by conduction. By conduction. Now, if you see here, first I will take one example for by friction, by conduction. So here I am taking one glass beaker, transparent to see, visible, easy to see, and this is a covered with one something cardboard, and this is a wire, a copper wire. At the end of this copper wire, I am taking as a aluminum strips, small in size. I keep make a hole and I attach that. Now I am taking a glass rod. I am taking a glass rod which contains a negative charge, only negative charge. Okay, whenever I am taking this glass rod and I touch it, whenever I touch this glass rod here, these negative charges are transferred here. The negative charges are transferred through the wire, and these both aluminum strips will obtain the same charge. Whenever they both obtain as the same charge, they both are repelled like this. Before transferring charges, both aluminum strips are coming together. Whenever the charges are transferred obtained as the same charge, they both have same charge. Repulsion is caused. Due to the repulsion, they both are repelled to each other and maintain some distance. Here, this is uncharged body. This is a charged body. Whenever the charged body is in contact with the uncharged body, then it becomes as a transfer of charges and it becomes as a charged body by contact. And these both bodies obtained as the same kind of charges is called as a biconduction. If for example, now I am keeping a positive charge of glass rod. Now positive charges also transferring, moving through this. Whenever both obtained as a positive charge, here negative charge and here positive charge. Whenever the opposite charges will be there, they both are attract to each other. Whenever opposite charge is there, both attract to each other. And we are taking first example. Whenever glass rod is rubbed with the silk cloth, negative charges are all transferred to silk cloth. So silk cloth is a negative charged body and a glass rod is a positive charged body. So now they both obtained as opposite charged bodies. So here we can say that by induction is nothing but process of converting uncharged body into charged body without contact. Here by induction is nothing but without contact transferred and they both obtained as opposite charges. But by conduction, whenever the charged body is in contact with the uncharged body, then only transfer of charges takes place and they both obtain the same type of charges. Here and here, uncharged body and charged body both obtained as same type of charges. So this is the process of electrification and done by three processes. One is by friction, by conduction, by induction. Thank you.